Yeah, it's gonna be too. I'm showing you the best areas to grind for stats in a One Piece game in every sea. Not Multiverse Sea, 'cause I don't know about that one. But just like everyone here. And what I would recommend is getting a high AoE fruit. Like, well, Dark V2 is like the best, and until like second sea or like third sea. And second sea or third sea I don't like the best ones, but first sea is definitely Dark V2. So I'd recommend going for that. And the best way to grind stats in the first sea is, hold on, where is it? Is right over here at Ice Island. You go over here, you talk to this guy or whatever. And I'd recommend going over to the starter island and getting like your questing up to like 5. I think that's like the max. And no, you're not supposed to do smokers. I don't know why I did that. You're supposed to train your marines. Just get as many as you can. I'm still not max stats yet, but I'll show you how much my stats go up. They're not going to go up like significantly because they're already all almost max. Anyways, it's like with the gold fruit, that's going to be really hard to get in the first sea. It's possible, but it's going to be pretty hard. And I mean, yeah, it does pretty high AoE, I believe. Let me just double check I can still reach it from over here. I'd also recommend, like, while you're using Dark V2 to stand like right next to the guy so you could just like immediately get the quest again. So let's see if this one you can get. I don't think you could actually get it from all over here. Yeah, this is definitely like the best fruit to use. Well, I'll show you how much stats I get. Oh, it's got like nothing on. That's why I'm not doing as much damage. Dang, I had to close my stats and open them back up. And you guys will see how high my stats raise. I gotta get the quest again. Oh my gosh, I am failing at this. Now I'll make sure you guys can actually. And I don't really have to use the gold fruit. I can just use whatever. Yeah, Naruto V2 is pretty good. Anyways. Yeah, so let's go ahead, take all these guys. And take out these guys over here. So my stats raised quite a bit. They're at like the very beginning, now they're like right here, so they went up significantly. Not as much because I'm already past the first sea. Anyways, I'll tell you, it's like the best way to grind in the first sea is to just do that. And use Dark V2, that's what I'd recommend for that. Dark V2 is not as good for the second sea. I'd probably say use Gear 5 instead. Because you can still that does pretty high AoE. It's definitely not the best. I think Dark has more AoE, but it also does less damage, so just take that into account when you're deciding what fruit to use. Okay, in second sea, you gotta go over to Soba Prison, because that's the best place to grind for stats in this sea. My game will overload, and you can get gold fruit whenever you see. I would definitely not recommend that if you're trying to grind for stats though, because it kind of sucks. Fruit that I would recommend, I don't think you can get it in the second sea, but it is for the third sea is Hybrid Gear 4. That one has good AoE and also. Wait, is it Soba Prison here? Hold up. I'll get my island tracker. I spelled island wrong, oh my gosh. How do I keep on spelling island wrong? Okay. So which one is this? Soba Prison, the second sea, or is it the third sea? Okay, no, it's definitely a second sea. Okay, so you go over here. And it's pretty easy to get stats over there. And that's obviously hard when you first get to the first sea. Because everything is like when you get to like the third seed, like when you first get to the third seed, it'll be hard too. And this is just like from my knowledge, like what the best places are still. I know that like 100% these used to be the best places. I'm pretty sure they still are, but I don't know 100% though. Alright, let me get out of the water. I said the Soho prison was this way. Okay, yeah, it's still this way, just a little bit further than I thought it was. Okay, over here. And this is not Subway Prison still. I don't know how good Final Rubber is, like, I don't know how good the AoE is on that fruit. I just know that Dark V2 is like the best. Not in every seed. In the first seed definitely. The second seed I'd recommend. I'd probably recommend Gear 5. I'm sure you could get Gear 5 in the first seed, but I think Dark V2 is better in the first seed. Okay, holy cow, how far is Subway Prison? Oh, I already passed? Are you serious? I don't remember seeing it though. Is my island tracker off or something? Because I really don't remember seeing that. That's definitely not Subway Prison. This is. I don't know how I missed that. That was weird. Okay, anyways. So yeah, once you get over here to Subway Prison, there's some yards already here. Okay, so you wanna go. So you wanna go over here, you wanna talk to him, and you wanna get the udon guards. Wait, no, I think it's actually a prisoner that you're supposed to get. So my bad. I did not mean to do it. So that's my fault. So you're supposed to get the prisoners. Should not give you as much, but they're like really close, so. Yeah, like they're pretty close. It's pretty easy to do it, especially when you have like a high AoE fruit. I really don't, so I'm trying to use like long range moves on this. So if you have a high AoE fruit, you could just always stand like right over there by the quest, and then just keep on killing these guys. Oh crap, I brought shit on my stats. But you guys saw like where they were at the beginning. And that's where they are now. I think it went up like a couple. I'd have to go back and check, or just like the quest again. See all these quests. I'll put on my stats. And now let's go ahead and see. I'm just gonna go over here just because everybody keeps on killing those people over there. And I don't really have. So here they're going on for like 8 minutes. Which is longer than I even wanted it to. Yeah, it's like going up quite a bit there. And we still have the third sea to do. So if I reset, I should be back at Dawn Island. But that's the best island to grind for stats in the second sea. I'm pretty sure I used Gear 5 to get all my stats up right there. So I'd probably recommend Gear 5 to get your stats up over there. And finally, for third sea, you want to go over to Shattered Future Island. That's the best place to go and grind for stats. I'd probably recommend using Hybrid Gear 4 because it's the second highest damaging fruit in the game. Just behind the Gold Fruit, but only because the Gold Fruit has like the sacrificing mode, because that one does more damage than Gear 4. Well, Hybrid Gear 4. And that's all. Hybrid Gear 4 has a higher AoE than. What's it called? Than that Gold Fruit. Let me get my island tracker back. Okay. So let's go to Shattered Future Island. Or is it right there? So I gotta go this way. This is definitely the fastest and the easiest place to get your stats up in the third sea. So it's essentially straight from the Pika raid. You just go straight and then you'll get there. The reason why I'm not max stats is because I haven't really bothered to actually go over here and just grind up my stats all that much. So I did it with my HP stat by like just jumping in the ocean. That's actually the best way to get your health stats up in any siege, just by jumping in the ocean and staying there for like a couple minutes, and you'll get your health stat up. Get your health stat up pretty quickly. So that's pretty good as well. Just because like just jumping in the sea is a lot easier than going over. It's not really a lot easier than going over here because there's things that you can do. Like it'll just like spam the same buttons over and over again. Okay. Yeah, for this one you gotta get the Elite Marines because they're like right here. And here, let me pull up my stats real quick. Okay. Now look, 12777. Okay. Now look, 12795, which so that went up quite a bit. That's why it's like the best area to grind in 3rd C, and you actually get stats super fast over here. Yeah, so for your HP stat, this is the last thing I'll tell you guys before I go. Is just like jump in the sea like right here, and since you're losing a bunch of health, you'll gain it back after your health stat goes up. So it's like the best way to do that. But that'll be all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, or comments down below. I'll be liking or playing harding all of them as I can avoid a bunch. Join the Discord in the description below. If you guys have any other video ideas you guys want me to do, like showcasing other things or whatnot, go let me know. Love you guys. Goodbye.